9 News at 9 starts right now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Alexandra Lewis.
And I'm Mark Salinger. There's a price to pay for people who want to get out and see the fall colors, at least if you don't follow the rules on Guanella Pass this year.
9 News reporter Colton Chavez headed up to Clear Creek County to show us why this leaf peeping season was so pricey.
Even on dreary days,
we love visitors, Clear Creek County.
colorful Colorado lives up to its reputation.
It's beautiful when the leaves are changing.
This year's leaf peeping season was a costly one for some Coloradans on Guanella Pass.
That was effective.
Jenny Fulton with the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office says from the end of July to October 5th, the Sheriff's Office handed out 127 citations for illegally parked cars along the pass.
That's at least 11,100 and some change, because every ticket would have been $87.50.
This is the first year the Sheriff's Office has ever done something like this.
We're not proud of that, but we have to enforce it.
The Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office tells me this wasn't a cash grab. They say last year, illegally parked vehicles in this area did a lot more than just clog up the road.
We had a heart attack incident. Everybody that's responding is delayed because of the way vehicles were parked on the roadway, making a 2-lane roadway a 1-lane roadway.
Fulton says during this year's leaf peeping season, emergency services responded twice to Guanella Pass for an injury, this time without the holdup.
Next year we'll refine it and we'll continue our public awareness campaign.
Fulton says the goal of enforcement is not to push visitors away.
I know it's hard because some people got tickets and some people got towed.
She says the hope is next year's visitors numbers will remain high and these costly Colorado tickets will stay low.
We may not be helping you today, but if you're up here recreating and you get injured, we might be helping you tomorrow.
In Clear Creek County, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
Well, you saw it there in the video. It's starting to cool off once again across Colorado. The rain starting to pick up along the Front Range just a little bit, with the high country and the western slope seeing the most of that rainfall this weekend.
All right, what do we have in store for the weekend, Corey?
Yeah, our best chance to get some rain around here is going to be tomorrow morning. If you look at the rain chances here, pretty good coverage between about 7 and 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then they start to tail off after about noon tomorrow. Look at the precipitation totals out there on the western slope. We're not going to see anything near this. Some areas already up above 2 inches on the higher elevated areas. Vallecito Reservoir coming in with 1.9 inches, Hesperus already close to 2 inches, and they could get another 1 to 2 inches tomorrow. We have a flood watch, which has been expanded to include the entire western slope now. Still, the burn scars are the biggest threat there, but 1 to 2 inches more of rain could certainly bring some flash flooding just about anywhere. Here's the weekend plus Monday right here in the Denver metro area. Those morning showers, about 40% coverage, clearing in the afternoon, breezy but with some sun on Sunday, and then cooler temperatures as a cold front comes in here. This could end up being our coldest morning of the year so far. Could even drop below 40 degrees. I'll talk about that coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Corey, thank you. Federal and state investigators spent the day in a pretty remote part of southern Colorado looking for a man who popped up again after a horrific crime 4 years ago. Search area isn't far from Alamosa.
Chris Vanderveen shows us where this is all happening and why the search teams really want to find this man.
For reference, here's Blanca Peak, all 14,350 feet of it, making it the 4th tallest in the state. When it comes to the Sangre de Cristos, no mountain peak is higher. Friday, the search for a wanted fugitive centered on an area around 4.5 miles south of that peak. This is where U.S. Marshals spotted 62-year-old Paul Sandoval. We're told he was wearing a gray shirt and had on a red backpack and was carrying a rifle. Sandoval is the one and only suspect in a sex assault of an 8-year-old girl back in 2021 here in Alamosa County. Investigators say he tied up the girl before the attack. It's not known if he's been in the area since then, but investigators say he's definitely in the area now. They also tell us he's got at least one dog with him. The area, yeah, it's pretty remote, but you could bet there are some hikers and hunters in the area that need to know about this ongoing search. U.S. Marshal says what you'd expect under the circumstances. Don't approach him. Call 911. Chris Vanderveen, 9 News.
There's been an active warrant for Sandoval's arrest in place for more than 4 years. Clear Creek County deputies are looking for a man that they say stole a brightly colored shuttle bus out of Georgetown. Sheriff's office says the bus was then involved in a hit and run with Idaho Springs police on I-70 today.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Yeah, that's not good. Idaho Springs Police Department released that body camera video of the crash. Police say officers and other emergency crews were responding to another crash when officers spotted that stolen bus. You can imagine it's not hard to spot with those bright colors. Police say the driver continued speeding towards crews, hitting a police patrol car. Sheriff's office says the driver then continued eastbound onto the highway. Deputies later found the bus abandoned in Denver. Luckily, though, no injuries have been reported.
The man charged with the killing of 3 people, including 2 CDOT workers, learned his fate today. A judge sentencing Patrick Sneddon to 30 years behind bars. He pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide. Prosecutors say he drove off the side of Highway 6 near Grand Junction last September. He hit 43-year-old Trent Umberger and 23-year-old Nathan Jones while they were doing maintenance work on the side of the highway. The passenger in his car was also killed.
The investigation into the Davis Mortuary will likely cost Pueblo County more than $1 million. That's new reporting according to our partners at KRDO. The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office says the investigation has already reached around $817,000 in cost. And as they uncover more in the investigation, the office says that number will continue to climb. In August, authorities found 24 bodies inside that mortuary during an inspection. The mortuary was co-owned by the now former Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter. He stepped down days after that discovery. Earlier this month, the district attorney said they're waiting to file any charges until all the remains are identified. Now, last night, Pueblo County commissioners voted to continue working with the Fremont County as well as El Paso County coroners for this investigation.
New tonight, the largest homeless shelter in Grand Junction shut down this morning. Homeward Bound of the Grand Valley announced that its North Avenue Adult Emergency Shelter would be closing on weekends indefinitely. The organization cited grant funding cuts and a lack of foundation support as the reason for the shutdown. Reopening the shelter full-time will depend on whether Homeward Bound finds the funding to do so. For now, the shelter is expected to reopen Monday. Homeward Bound is the largest shelter between Denver and Salt Lake City. It sees an average of 150 people every night.
Jeffco Public Schools is admitting for the first time that there was a security gap at Evergreen High School for months before a student then brought a gun to campus and shot 2 classmates. There's no full-time school resource officer there for nearly a year. And this week, the district told parents in an email that should not have happened and the community deserved better. It comes as Jeffco Schools rolls out a new slate of security improvements specifically for Evergreen High School. The school is now the only one in the district with a dedicated armed officer assigned full-time. New canine firearm detection program will also begin next week. That means a dog will be on campus sniffing for guns throughout the day. And parents are being asked to take a survey as well about whether they want metal detectors at school entrances. And today, the sheriff's office sent out an update saying they haven't found a motive for that shooting yet, but can confirm that they don't believe that the shooter had a hit list specifically targeting certain students. Investigators also said today that no safe-to-tell tips were ever submitted about the shooter before the shooting.
Business owners are trying to move forward after a massive fire wiped out a shopping center in the small town of Netherland. Nearly 20 businesses are a complete loss in the fire at the Caribou Village Shopping Center. Democratic Governor Jared Polis says anywhere from 60 to 80 are tied to these stores. Netherland Fire Protection District says the building did not have a fire suppression system because of just how old it is. Firefighters say it was mostly made of wood and other combustible materials. That caused the fire to spread quickly. Security camera footage from an art studio shows the fire engulfing that business. The owner left town for vacation when the fire started.
Always a worry about wildfires, but never really thought something like this would happen. It's hard being a small business in a small mountain community, but we always work together to try and support one another.
The owner of 11 Cup Community Kitchen in Netherland is organizing a free kitchen to feed the people impacted. Also, GoFundMe has been set up to help raise money for meals. Meantime, officials say the investigation could take weeks.